about relationships. I figured it's starting to be February, the love month. You don't have to love anybody any other month but February. Amen. You have to kiss your wife on the cheek at least once in February. Amen. And so some of y'all like your wives, some of you don't. It could be vice versa, right? Some of you like your wives, some of you like your husbands. But anyway, we're talking about relationships today. Go ahead and throw the graphic up there, brother. It's all about relationships. I'm a relationship guy. I believe in relationships. I believe God is relational. I don't believe God is some big old white dude in heaven waiting to knock you in the head if you mess up. I believe He's relational. Not everybody's in the same spot, right? Not everybody's in the same place. Not everybody's in the same place in their Christian walk. Not everybody's exactly the same. We're not little robots walking around. I'm a Christian, so are you. Hallelujah. We don't do that, right? You don't have to have the same haircut, parted on the same side. Some of y'all need, y'all would have a part, right? So we don't have to have the same haircut, have the same everything. We just have to have a relationship with Christ. As I'm going through this, I think I started in early January. Going through it, it's really, if I can present it like I need to, it will help you a lot about your relationship with Jesus Christ. He's relational. He wants to be part of your life, not just something you do on Sunday and Wednesday. He wants to be part of your life, not just something you do when you're in trouble. He doesn't want to just be your 911 call. Come on. He doesn't want to be your bellhop when you need something. He wants to be part of your life at all times, every day of your life. He wants to be part of your life. Listen, most people don't understand that you can spend 10 minutes with God in the morning. You can spend 10 minutes in the evening before you go to bed. And you have a greater relationship than most Christians that sit in churches. Because most of us don't read the Bible except for what I'm going to throw up here. Amen, brother. We love you. We'll find out if we love you or not. Relationships. I looked up relationships because I'm a word nerd and I do that stuff. And I just think it's interesting what words mean and where they came from. And who made up the word relationship. I'm sure it's from the Greek or the Latin or whatever. But it's a connection by blood or family, a kinship, a friendship, or a natural association. That's what my Webster's Dictionary from 1963 told me it was. And so I'm willing to take that. It's a connection of blood or family. I thought that was pretty interesting. It's a connection of blood or family. It's a friendship, a natural association. See, many of you sitting here right there, you don't know that you can be friends with God. You think that God is so mean He's going to kill you. No. You know you can be in a relationship with God. You can be friends with God. We sing that song. I have a friend. It's not some little cute little tune. It's actually, it's a cute. It is a cute little tune. But it actually has some good words to it. I'm a friend of God. He loves me. So we don't think of God as a friendship. We think of God as, oh, He's God. Yeah, He is God, and we should reverence Him as God. We should fear Him as you feared your parents. When you messed up, you thought you were going to get busted. That doesn't happen so much anymore. But back in the day, in my generation, when you were afraid to get a whipping, instead of whatever, we should fear the Lord and the fact that He is my Father. He is like my Father. He is not only like my Father, He is my Father spiritually. He is everything. He's the authority above me. I'm not God, and I can't be God. Now you can make yourself a little God, a little G, but you never can make yourself a big G. You're not really God. You can't really do anything for me. You can't help me when my child's sick. You can't help me when I need something else. You can't help me in my salvation. You can't help me with that. But what God Himself does, He can be a friend. It can be a kinship. When I was reading through the kinship, we're adopted by God as family. We're kin. I can be kin to God. Yes, you can be kin to God through the Spirit of God. You can be kin to Him. He comes and dwells inside of you. He comes and lives with you, inside of you. You give your heart to the Lord, God pours Himself into you. It's an amazing thing. I can be connected by blood because of the blood of Christ. I'm connected to Him by blood. I have a relationship with Him. I'm in a relationship with God in those three ways for sure. How about this? A natural association. He made me. I'm associated with Him naturally. He created me. Well, I don't believe in all that. I'm sorry. I do. I don't know. Okay, this is going to sound really bad. But what are you doing in a Pentecostal church, a Christian church, if you don't believe that God has created all things and is all things and does all things? I don't understand. I'm glad you're here. I don't know where you thought you were going. But we're not serving drinks later. Okay? So just so you know. So just so you know. All right? And so, this isn't just the band before the drinks come out. We're not doing communion today. So anyway, so, relationships. We are in relationship with God. It's about relationships. He is a relational God. Number one, God's a relational. Number one, He calls Himself my Father. That's pretty relational. I've got 4 children. 4 natural children. 4. Got 4. And so, just to let you know, I've got 4. I'm the only dad they've ever had. I'm the only dad they'll ever have. I'm their dad. I am their father. Hallelujah. I'm their El Shaddai. I'm their provider because they don't do squat. Okay? I'm their provider. They're blessed because they're breathing. They're blessed because they woke up today and were late for church. They're blessed because they're my children. You would beat them. I'm just going to call them punks for being late. You'd you'd fire them. I can't fire them. They're mine. They're mine. I can't kick them out and say, I'm not related to you anymore. Our DNA says we are related. I have to be with them. They are my children. So can I share with you that He calls Himself my Father in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9, and also Luke chapter 11, verse 2. It says, pray this wise, our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. That's the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. Right? And one of it is our trespasses. I think it's Matthew. It's trespasses. Forgive us our trespasses, we forgive others. Right? So He is my Father. Amen. He is relational to me that He is my Father. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Or holy be thy name. Or honored be thy name. Or glorified is your name. However you want to say it. Our Father, He is my Father. That's pretty relational. He is, are y'all listening to me? Okay. Y'all looking at me like, who cares? Okay. But He is my spiritual Father. Now my dad, my physical father passed away, but God will never pass away. Amen. He's there. He's there. We had a great talk this morning before you guys ever got up. We had a great talk this morning. I try to get out of here before everybody shows up because I'm usually down here in a t-shirt and shorts and hanging out praying, And that's just my thing, I just put, the only reason I'm wearing slacks is because I have to preach, okay? Because it would probably be shorts, but I'm just telling you because it's going to be 61 degrees today. That's flip-flops and shorts, baby. And so, just letting you know, okay? And so, just letting you know. But I'm usually down here early in the morning before anybody ever gets here. And we have a great talk. And we talk about you. We want to be a blessing. I want to be a blessing. I don't want to get up here and you guys go, well, that was really sorry. I don't even know how I went today. That was horrible. I want to be up here. I want to be a blessing to you. I want to, God has spoken into my life to come out of me into you. I want you to understand what it is about being in a relationship and being in a relationship with God. I want you to understand what that means. It doesn't mean that I'm saved and so God doesn't care about me anymore because He's going on to the next one. It doesn't mean the 99 got left that weren't taken care of and He came go after the one. It means the 99 were taken care of and safe and secure and He went after the one. Are you with me about the 99 sheep? Okay. If you don't know what that story is, look it up. I'll probably preach it later. But God's relationship, He calls Himself our Father. Number 2, We're his sons or children. Ladies, don't get mad because the Bible says sons. Don't try to change the Bible. We're his children. Romans 8:14. We're going to read that one. Romans 8:14. After that, we're going to Philippians 2:15. For as many are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons/children of God. We're the children of God if we're led by the Spirit of God. How many of you know what that even means? It doesn't mean you spoke in tongues today. That means you're led by the Spirit of God. That means that God is the Lord of your life and you're being led by His Spirit. That means that God is the Lord of your life and He's taking you from point A to point B and you're being led by His Spirit. So if you're being led by the Spirit of God, He says in Romans that you're the sons or the children of God. So that's pretty relational to me. Number one, that He'll live inside of me and direct and guide my steps. Number two, that He'll call me a son. That's incredible. That I'm called a son of God by God Himself. That's incredible to me. That He sees me not as just Jeff, some dude, but Jeff, my son. I can never be the son of God, but I am a son of God. I will never be the Messiah, but I can be a son of God with full access to Him. That's incredible. I can see it on your face. You're really excited about that. Okay, and let's go to Philippians 2:15. That you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Amen. I don't know if you know this or not, but my big thing is that we're the light of the world. We're a city that's set on a hill that can't be hidden.
Amen.
We're the salt of the earth. It is our job to be the lights of the world, to show the world, hey, you don't have to come to church and hate it. There's so many people that come to church and hate church. I don't understand that. I'm telling you right now, I just hand my Bible up here. Hand in the air. If I hated church, I wouldn't be there. Boy, that went over great. If I hated serving God so bad that it was a drudgery, I'm not saying at times you're not going to have a problem, you're going to have to make yourself do stuff. There's not every time do I know I'm the pastor and I'm supposed to tell the truth, but I'm going to tell the truth, okay? There's times in my life when I'm sitting there watching a basketball game or a football game, and I'm sitting there going, I really need to read. I'll read later. I know none of y'all do that because y'all are saved. I'm talking about me. There's times in my life that I really need to go pray. I'll do that later.
Come on.
Why? Because I'm just a guy. And I'm getting engrossed in this basketball game, and I'm watching it and going, yeah, God, I got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, Holy Ghost, got it. Okay, I'll pray. Just give me. There's 2 minutes left. I know y'all don't do that, but I do that. I know I'm not supposed to be honest because I'm the preacher. I'm supposed to be, oh, hallelujah, I pray at all times. Lie, the devil. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't pray at all times. I'm constantly, I'm in the spirit of prayer, but there's not times I get on my knees all the time and pray. That's not the truth. The truth is there's sometimes I watch basketball when God's dealing with my heart to go pray, and when the game's over, I'll go, okay, God, I have time for you. And I'll go pray. And I'll come to my office and I'll study and I'll do what I need to do. But I know that's not all the time, but there's sometimes that's the truth. Can I just be honest and tell the truth? Is that okay? I just tell the truth? All right. Because y'all look at me sometimes like, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe he told me the truth. Okay, so I go. But we're the sons of the children of God. Right here, that we may be blameless, harmless, the sons of God without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation. Boy, that's not us, is it? Among whom ye shine as lights into the world. I'm supposed to be a light shining into this world that, hey, there's a better way to live than go to hell. Amen. Why you want to live like hell and end up in hell? I don't understand that. Why do we do that? Why are people so crazy? I don't understand it. Go to 1 John 3, 1 and 2. 1 John 3, 1 and 2. Because it doesn't appear what we are, but right now we're the sons of God. It shall not appear what we shall be. There we go. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us. Who? The Father. The Father bestowed on us. So who bestowed it on us? Oh, that relationship thing again. He's my Father. Amen. Got it. Okay, God, I'm getting this. Has bestowed upon who? Us. Wins. Young. Okay? That we should be called what? That almost sounds like a dirty word. I called him a son of God. Okay, and so, you're a son of God. Okay, and so I call him the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth not. Knoweth us not. Because it knew him not. Go to verse 2. Beloved, who's he talking to? Yuns, wins, okay? Yuns, now, I have to go all oaky sometimes so people get it. Yuns, now we are the sons of God. And it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. We shall see him as he is. Now, I just want to ask you a question. Does that sound like a God that doesn't like you and just wants to beat you in the head every time you mess up? Does that sound like a God that doesn't want to have a relationship with you? He just wants to control your life and take all the fun out of your life? No. That sounds like a God to me. He wants to be my father and lead me and direct me and guide me and show me what I need to do. Now, like I said, I have 4 children, and I've tried to do my very best to teach them how to be productive and good citizens of the world, how to live for God, how to not be a jerk to people, and not to just be a punk and be late for church. Okay? And so I've tried my very best to teach them that. Okay? And so hopefully I have. It didn't mean that I didn't like them when I wouldn't let them do stuff, because they've got to do more stuff than I've ever got to do in my life. Lisa and I were talking about this last night. I just think about where my kids have gotten to go, and Abby and Lindsay just got back from the Bahamas on the K-Love cruise, and you know, when I was that age, that would have never happened. She's been to Ireland. Wow. I've never been to Ireland. Have you? I can't dance good enough. And so I haven't gone to Ireland. I've been to Israel twice. Me, 13-year-old island boy. I've been to Israel twice. It's incredible to me. My family has been on they don't know what it's like not to have a family vacation. They think they're in prison if they get a family vacation somewhere. Go to the ocean or something. We went to Fresno, California. That's where we went. 2 times in my life. We went to Fresno, California. And it was my mom and dad drove 1,500 miles and we didn't hotel room. That's for the rich people. The rich people got hotels. We slept in the car as my mom drove, and then my dad slept and my mom slept as my dad drove. We just drove 2.5 days. Correct? You know it's true. She's like, I'm going to kill you. But it's true. Family vacation. We went to Branson. I thought we were in, man, it was awesome. We got to go to Branson. It was awesome. And then my kids are just, they went to, I don't know, where we go last year? I forgot, the beach. Went to Destin last year. Because I wanted to go to the beach. I didn't want to go be on the schedule. Okay? And got to get up at 7 to get all this stuff done. That's not vacation to me. Vacation to me is sleeping until I wake up. And then eating breakfast and laying on the couch. That's sleep. That's vacation to me. That's vacation to me. But God wants to be in relationship with us like that. He wants you to be His children. He wants to take care of you. Believe it or not, He wants to take care of you. Believe it or not, He loves you. Believe it or not, He cares so much for you that He died to be with you. Believe it or not, He cares so much about you that when you think He's trying to mess up your fun, it's trying to protect you. Listen, Studley, I know that all the women that you have, you think that you're awesome and all this, but yeah, you're going to be dying, you're going to be dead when you're 30. You think that you're all awesome and all that stuff, you know, and the next thing you know, you're addicted to whatever it is, because you're the cool guy at the party. And God's just like, dude, man, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And so understand this, that God is trying to protect us. Number 3, the church is His bride. That's pretty relational. That's a relationship thing. It's not relational. Well, my wife and I are pretty close. I don't know about y'all. I mean, you may not like your wife. I don't know. But My wife and I are pretty close. Now, we can't tell that today because she's in children's church and I'm up here. We never sat together at church because I guess she can stand by me. That'd be great. I've never gotten to sit by my wife at church. And I say never. Very rarely have I ever gotten to sit by my wife at church. She's always been a preacher's widow. Because she's always sitting by herself or with her family, with her kids. But that's just part of the deal. Okay? Whenever I wasn't a preacher, I was a musician, so I was always on the stage. She always sat by herself. And so she's just always been a church person by herself. And that's just that's our thing. But that's how our life is. But she's my bride, and we're close. We're so close. Listen, nobody can get on your nerves like the person closest to you, right? Oh, you bunch of chickens. You bunch of cowards. Oh, no, honey, I love you. He's silly. He's silly. Nobody can get on. Women, you know it's the truth, too. Your husband gets on your nerves. Thank you. See, the women will say amen, but the men are like, honey, no, you're the best thing ever. I love you. Love you. Chickens. Chickens. The truth of the matter is, nobody can hurt you but somebody that's so close to you. That's why Judas gave Jesus a kiss. He was close to Jesus. He knew Jesus' patterns. He knew where Jesus went. He knew where Jesus would be. He knew him. And so my bride is very close to me. And I'm telling you the truth that sometimes I get on her nerves. I do. As good as I am, I get on her nerves. And she's like, you need to go do something. Truth. You're driving me crazy. I hear that a lot. You're driving me crazy. Why are you being so dumb? She's known me all her life. She knows how I am. And still I get on her nerves. And so it doesn't matter. Listen. But we're very close. The building isn't the church. It's the people. So people get this all twisted. They go, well, the church is the bride. All these buildings are going to be the bride. Really? Really? It's the people who are saved. It's all these denominations can't be it's the people that are saved, not your denomination. Amen. Is Jesus Christ your Lord or is he not? It's the people that are saved. I'm trying to hurry because we still got to do some stuff. God is relational. Jesus called 12 people to pour 3.5 years of his life into. He called 12. I know it got bigger. I got it. But don't get on me. He called 12 to pour 3.5 years of his life in. Those 12 turned into the movement that you're in today. God called one Paul to pour into. He called one Paul. Knocked him off his horse. They actually called Saul. He knocked him off his horse. He became a Paul. And he poured into. And it changed the world that we know as for church's sake. Paul changed everything. God called Abraham his friend. His friend. David had God's heart. Jeremiah had God's fire in his bones. Noah had God's message in his heart, in his ark. All those things are relational. Everything in that is relational. We have a relationship with God. It's all about relationships. And we're going to get further and deeper into this as the next couple of weeks about how God is relational. Number one, God's relational in blood and in family. Do you know that if you're saved today, you're part of the family of God, not just the church? You know, you understand if you're saved today, that the blood of Jesus Christ has washed you completely clean as though you had never sinned, not covering you. I want to get this correct. It's not covering you, it washed you clean. The blood of bulls and goats covered sin. But the blood of Christ washed it away. Amen. Okay, you with me? You are in kinship with Christ if you're saved today. Kinship. What does that mean? You're my brother. Okay, and so you're in kinship. You are in the family of God. Friendship. Here's what I want you to understand. Now, you guys have got to get this before I quit. I want to get this thing on. Hey, could y'all just at least smile at me and because y'all look at me like, I wish I could take a picture and y'all could see The joy of the Lord on your faces. It's like, that's the joy of the Lord on your faces. They're looking at me like, I wish you'd shut up. Are we gonna sign that book or not? Eventually you will. I gotta get this in your spirit, okay? Relational. Friendship. I want you to understand that you can be a friend of God. But understand a true friend will tell you the truth.
Amen.
When everybody else tells you how wonderful you are, they say, that really was pretty bad. That was really pretty bad. A true friend, or a friend, will also be there when everything else falls apart. When you need them, they're there. When your life's starting to fall apart, Jesus said, I'll be there. He said, I'll stick closer than a brother. I'll be there. And a natural association. We're talking about all those things coming up later. A natural association. I said all that to say this. Give me 2 minutes of your time. Look at me for 2 minutes. Look at my nose. For 2 minutes. When I talk about God being a relational God, and in a relationship, it takes two people to have a relationship. Two people can have a relationship. You have to have a relationship with Him. He can't just have one with you. You have to be associated and engaged in this relationship or it falls apart. You have to be engaged in your relationship with Christ. It has to be about you and Him. It can't be about your wife and Him. It has to be about you and Him. Your wife cannot do your relationship with Christ for you guys. And guys and girls, your husband can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, by yourself, with Him. You have to put those two things together. And that's a relationship you have to stand on. And then that way, whenever she's down, you can be up. And whenever you're down, she can be up and help you in that relationship. Because I'm telling you, it can't just be about, well, I came to church because my wife made me. I came to church because my husband won't leave me alone if I don't come to church. I came to church because, and listen, it's not about coming to church, it's about relationship. But I think if you're in a relationship with Christ, you won't be in church. That's just my thing. That's just my thing. You may say, I don't agree with that. Okay, when you pastor your church, you preach how you want to. Okay? And so, but I'm just telling you that a relationship thing has two people involved. Two people involved. How many in here are married? Wow. Did you marry yourself or somebody? Somebody. How many here are saved? Sweet. Everybody didn't raise their hand. I'm fixing to get this altar call. And everybody's going to know you a lie. Listen. When you got saved, did you get covenant with yourself? Or did you get covenant with God? Because Jesus died on a cross for me, right? He took my place. I deserved it, but He didn't, and He took my place. I just think it's incredible. Jesus not only died on a cross for me, but He laid His life down for me. He not only did that, but He took a beating on, He was scourged for my healing. See, when we say healings, we just expect the eyes to pop into sockets. I'm talking about healings in your spirit. Healings in your emotions, things in your life that somebody did to you. God can heal that. He can heal that. God can heal all those things in your life. See, we talk about healing as though we have to grow an arm or a leg. You know, I'd rather not have one arm and be healed emotionally. That's just me, though. I'd rather be able to lay my head down at night and not cry. Not have nightmares. I'd rather have 4 fingers than a torn up spirit, because a torn up spirit is hell on earth. You can't sleep, you can't get any rest. All you ever remember is what that person did to you, how they hurt you, how they disfigured you in your emotions and in your spirit. If you never get that healed, you'll never really get it. You never really get it. Because that's what he does. He heals you from the inside out. He heals you from the inside. Listen, we have the only God that saves you from the inside out. What do you mean by that? Other religions, you have to wear the right clothing, the right thing to cover your face. You have to wear, the right whatever. You have to do all that stuff. For us, the change comes from the inside. And from the inside, it changes the outside. It's just how it is. We have the only God that does that. So you're sitting here today and you say, I don't know about relationship with God. I don't know about this. I came expecting to sign my name on a book. I don't know how to hear about those relationships. Listen, if we don't get anything else right in this church, we're going to get this right. And God is a relational God. He loves you more than you love yourself. He wants to be with you more than you want to be with yourself. He cares about you more than you care about yourself. He doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to harm you. He wants to do everything he can to protect you and love you and carry you through because he wants to live with you with it for eternity. Now listen to me. Look at me. Is there anybody in this room? Now don't look at your wife. Okay? Is there anybody else besides your spouse in this room that you'd want to be with forever? God looks at everybody and says, every one of us. Every one of us. He wants to be with every one of us forever. Every one of us forever. Amen? Amen. Would you stand on your feet, please?